43% of adults in the United States of America have reported trying marijuana at least once in their lifetime. The legalization of marijuana is an extremely important topic to remain informed on due to the amount of controversy surrounding this topic. Now, I've done much in-depth research on what marijuana is, the opinion of the American public, and the pros and cons of its legalization. So today I'm going to inform you on what marijuana is and the pros and cons of its legalization. I'm going to start with telling you what marijuana is and what it does to the brain. Marijuana is the dried leaves and the flowering tops of the hemp plant that yields THC and is normally smoked in cigarettes for their intoxicating effect. Because THC is a hallucinogenic drug that normally makes people feel very light, very giggly, and very happy. The use and distribution of marijuana is currently strictly prohibited by the United States government as it is not allowed under any circumstances. However, many states are beginning to go against the federal government and legalizing this drug anyway. There are currently 7 states and the District of Columbia that allow the recreational use of marijuana. 20 states allow its medical use. But what are the upsides to this drug, and do the people of America understand the consequences? So next, I'm going to inform you on the pros of the legalization of marijuana. As I mentioned earlier, marijuana is a drug that is currently prohibited by the United States federal government. And although it's illegal, many Americans support its legalization. A 2014 CNN poll found that 55% of Americans favor the legalization of marijuana versus only 18% in 1991. And according to the National Drug Institute on Drug Abuse, more than 18 million people nationwide used marijuana in 2011. Roughly 40% of high schoolers had tried marijuana at some point in their lives, according to a study done by the CDC. And it is not believed that use of marijuana will rise if it is legalized due to the fact that many high schoolers and many adults have either tried marijuana or have access to it if they have not tried it. Another upside to the legalization of marijuana is that research shows that it has many positive effects in the medical field when it comes to its use. Smoking cannabis provides a rapid and efficient delivery of THC to the brain, and this can be used to control nausea and vomiting and promote weight gain in chronic inhalation and licensed uses of oral THC. Other research indicates that cannabis may also be effective in the treatment of painful peripheral neuropathy and muscle spasticity from conditions such as multiple sclerosis. Now that I've told you what marijuana is and some of the upsides to its legalization, I want to touch on the downsides of its legalization. One concern with the legalization and distribution of marijuana is whether the labeling can be accurate and consistent. THC, which is the active ingredient in cannabis and marijuana, can vary from 2 to 3% up to 30%. And whether it contains 3% or 30%, the immediate effect will be the same at first, and the full effect will kick in when it's too late. And marijuana can affect you differently. You can experience feelings that range from being happy and giggly to being paranoid and anxious. And just like any drug, it is possible to become dependent and addicted on cannabis. And there's also the danger of small children getting access to edibles, and this can cause them to have a very horrible experience. So, some other research shows that cannabis has the same effect as codeine in controlling pain, except cannabis has a depressant effect on the central nervous system and limits the activity in the central nervous system. In a trial that included 222 patients, 5 related to cancer pain and 2 to chronic non-malignant pain and 2 to acute postoperative pain, which is 9 trials, THC had the same effect as oral codeine and was less effective in codeine in other painful research. So today I have informed you on what marijuana is, its current situation in the United States, the effects that it has on the human brain, and the pros and cons of its legalization. So I hope that you learned a lot in this presentation, and whatever your opinion on marijuana is, I hope that you would stay informed and respect others' opinions and stay educated on this topic. Thank you.